My name's Dudits, I do builds and stuff, and today I've got an absolutely dirty, disgusting health regeneration, protection build, all based around Void Warlocks and Touch of Malice. We are going to cause absolute destruction with this beautiful weapon of sorrow. This scout rifle is absolutely insane now, it got changed. And on top of that, we are going to be featuring the Void Warlock with Devour, health draining, health gaining abilities. And I've got a set of fragments that give us some massive protection and an exotic helmet called the Stag that we'll be featuring. But the fragments are very, very important, so stay tuned. An absolute monster of a build. So we will start off with the weapon of sorrow in question, the Touch of Malice. Final round in the magazine, deals bonus damage, drawing from the wielder's life force and then regenerates health. Rapidly defeating 3 targets, restores health. Guardians and powerful combatants count as more than 1 defeated target. This actually got changed. It actually got changed to work more like Unrelenting. And it's also got the perk on there, charge with blight, precision hits, drain combatants' life force and charge up a ball of darkness. You hold reload and it fires and unleashes a blight projectile, shrouding enemies in darkness and temporarily blinding them. This weapon actually got changed at the beginning of last season for the start of this season. There's loads of stuff there that we could talk about, but it's the main bullet points at the bottom that is the most important things. Increased final round damage in PvE by 20%, decreased the self damage from the final round from 10 to 7, final round damage can no longer kill the user, increased the health awarded by Touch of Mercy perk from 30 to 75, which is massive, set up Touch of Mercy perk to work like Unrelenting, what we touched on, and then the Ball of Darkness now appropriately deals arc damage and blinds unstoppable champions and blinds other enemies as well. It's great for unstoppable champions like I said, but this is a type of thing you can do when you've got set up. You are absolutely on a roll. You can literally just plow through these enemies like they're nothing, all these red bars. This is an 1830. The beginning clips that you saw at the beginning of the video were an 1840. Predominantly most of these clips are going to be 1840 lost sectors, but I just wanted to show you how good they are in both situations, because 1830s, that's like sort of like dungeon level, really 1820, 1830s, you could do like the most recent dungeons with this with no problem, and then you can also use it for 1840 stuff as well, sort of master level content, and you really can't tell any difference. Now the perfect pairing is the Stag on the Warlock. Your Rift provides damage reduction to allied guardians standing in it and yourself, obviously grants Rift energy when you are critically wounded, and on your death it creates a healing rift on your corpse. This is an absolutely perfect exotic to run with a Touch of Malice, because you're going to get that healing from your healing rift and you resist and you can't die, you can't get low health whilst you stood inside your rift. You just can't, you could just literally stand there and for the entirety of your rift and you just don't take any damage at all. Feed the Void is one of the main aspects for this one, because we can add to the Stag, we can add Devour, kill a target with one of your abilities and you're going to proc Devour, which gives health regen. Add in Echo of Undermining and Echo of Harvest. Your Void grenades weaken targets, and an Echo of Harvest, defeating a weakened target, creates an Orb of Power and a Void Breach. You create loads of orbs, loads of breaches. The other fragment, Echo of Starvation, picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power, grants Devour. That's why I have them other 2 fragments on. Literally got infinite Devour as well. And then the last fragment is Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target while your shields are depleted grants you a temporary Void Overshield. Just watch my health bar here. This is what this fragment does. It is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend running these 4 fragments. This is what they're called. The protection part of this build, that's set up of fragments, protection, so it's really strong. And this gun, once you've got everything set up, just absolutely destroys. You are very safe whilst using it, especially with all the changes. The other aspect is Child of the Old Gods. Whenever you put your Rift down, you're going to get a Void Soul. We all know what to do by now. The Drain, the Health Life Force, put a 15% debuff and you get loads and loads of this energy back as long as you get kills with it. So really good, and it pairs perfectly with the Stag, because if you take damage with the Stag into red bar, that is also going to give you big chunks of your health back as well. Rapid Fire Ranger is just a nice little bonus to add on there, as well as the Child of the Old Gods. They both don't stack, but they're both 15%, and if you don't have your Child of the Old Gods, you've got your Rapid Fire Ranger, and it's nice just to have both, and they both apply 15% debuff. But once again, this is what the Child of the Old Gods does. You've got a nice 15% debuff to all them enemies on there, And then you also can just sit back and go absolutely ham with your Touch of Malice scout rifle. Very, very safe indeed. Now I just want to show you some absolutely massive damage with charged with blight. This is like a secret part of the gun. Some players may know about it, some may not. Whenever you've got your 10 charged with blight, watch this damage number. It goes from 9775. I'm going to charge this up, and it's got a secret. As long as you damage a target that's blinded, you get a 50% damage increase. It went all the way up to 12,000. So keep using that darkness blast. I did forget to use it in this video quite a lot, to be honest. I was just having too much fun. But if you do use that darkness blast, you do get a 50% damage increase with the Touch of Malice and for other Touch of Malice users. So it's a little secret thing Bungie put in, which is really, really cool. I love little secrets like that. But if you're doing DPS, make sure you use that blight, and you're going to get a 50% increase for you and your teammates. This weapon and this setup just absolutely plows through most enemies. Yellow bars, mages, miners. I mean, in 1840, the standard 1840 enemies, this weapon just, honestly, it just absolutely wrecks them. Just these 2 bars. It reminded me of how strong Revision Zero is. It literally just 2 taps most things in the game. Absolutely crazy. We'll just go over my mods now. I like to stack some kinetic weapon surges for more damage, 2 or 3, 17 or 22% extra damage, whether you run 2 or 3. So stacking kinetic weapon surges, again, I would recommend, because we're already pretty safe with everything else you've seen going on. So we may as well go for damage. Time dilation to make your armor charge have a longer duration. And then I also like to run double bomber, because every time I put my rift down, you get loads of rifts by the way. You're also going to get big chunks of grenade energy back as well from the bomber. On my chest, I like to run concussive dampener, and then whatever resistance the activity you're doing, double arc or 1 void 2 solar, something like that, whatever you want to do. Firepower, your grenade final blows create orbs of power. And I also run bolstered detonation, grants class ability whenever you cause damage with grenades. So it's a nice little mixture, even more rift energy back, so it's a good little combo. On my helmet, harmonic siphon, rapid void weapon final kills, and a kinetic siphon. These can be changed up if you're using different weapons. Heavy ammo finder, because it's a primary exotic, so you get loads of heavy for it as well. Now firepower works really nicely with Echo of Harvest. This actually causes 2 orbs because you're weakening, and you're going to get a kill with the grenade, the firepower mod. So it does actually give you 2 orbs per kill, so it's a really nice little combo. But yep, that's the video. I'll leave the dim link in the video description, and I will also leave the build preview playing out. But if you've got one of these Touch of Malices, or you plan on getting it, stick to this build, because this will see you right. And I'm even going to use this in GMs next week when they come out. That's how good it is. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.